What's up, girls, guys, and all of us outside and in between? I'm the new boy, and welcome to my channel. Today, I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how I do my tea shots. I started tea on June 30th, 2020, and that means I've been on tea for about 6, almost 7 months now, and it's been a journey. But I'm just going to show you basically how I do the shot. I won't be showing like my leg or where it goes in my leg, but I'll show you like all of the materials that I use, and then I'm gonna also, while I'm doing it or like in between, I'm gonna be answering some questions that people ask me on my Instagram about my tea shot. So there's a variety of different ways that people can get tea or testosterone. They can do shots, they can do gel, or there's a peel, I believe. And with the shot, you can do it intramuscular or subcutaneous. When I first started my testosterone, I was doing my shot subcutaneous, which means either in my stomach or like the back of my arm. And then maybe like a couple of months in, I started doing my shot intramuscular, and that is in my thigh or in either one of my thighs in like the middle range. So a little bit above, a couple of steps above my knee, but not as like far up to my hip. I do my shot every once a week, and I am doing it by myself. And some people can do it by themselves, and some people will go into like a doctor's office and the doctor or the nurse will do it. But me in particular, I do my shot by myself every week. So the testosterone comes in a little bottle like this. I don't know if you can see it. And in the bottle comes it's 200 milligrams or milliliters in the vial, and it gives me about 4 shots, so like about a month to like almost a full month of shots in one vial. A syringe that looks like this. It comes in a little package. And then I have a 23 gauge needle, which looks like this, and a 18 gauge needle, which looks like that. And I'm gonna go ahead and open it just so you can see. The 18 gauge needle looks pretty big. I don't know if you can see it, but it looks pretty big. And the 23 gauge is a smaller needle. So this is the needle. The 18 gauge needle is the one that I use to take it out of the vial, and the 23 gauge needle is what I use to like give myself the shot. So once I have taken everything out of their packagings, before all of this, I have washed my hands. I take the vial, and I also have alcohol wipes. I take the vial and I wipe off the top just so that anything that's gotten on it, any tea that has dripped out, won't, mess up anything, and just clean that off. I also have another alcohol swab that I use to wipe my leg, and my doctor told me to start where I would actually do the shot and then like work my way like around that spot. And then while that's drying, I will take the syringe and the 18 gauge needle and just twist it onto the syringe. And then they say that you should pull it back to where or like however much you use, and I do 0.25 out of this little bottle, and on the syringe it doesn't look like that much, but it's a lot. So that's about how much of tea I take every week. And then I just pop the cap off and stick it into the vial. And then to make sure that I can get all the tea that I need, I push it back in just to let the air out. And then I slowly pull it back down to the 0.25 mark. And it comes out really slow. And just to make sure that if there are any bubbles up here, I just do like that. And then I pull it out, put my vial down, and then put the cap back on this needle. And then this is how much, I don't know if you can see it, but that's how much liquid is in the vial. So then I twist this off and I put the 23 gauge needle on. And then I pop this off and then I'll do the shot in my leg. When I do the shot in my leg, they suggest that I take 2 fingers and essentially like squeeze the fat and then do it down at a 90-degree angle. This can be a little like nerve-wracking, so normally I have music on or something to kind of just distract me and help me focus. So once I stick it in my leg, I just push it down until all of it is out. I tend to leave it inside of my skin or inside of me for about 5 seconds after, just so anything that hasn't gotten out will get out. And then I put the top back on and just like throw it away. So here goes the shot part. So yeah, you should expect to see changes around the first month. And what will you see first? Acne and hair. And then slowly you'll progress to like your voice will change, bottom growth, your muscle, like you'll have muscle redistribution. You'll be a lot stronger than you thought you were. And yeah. Another question is, do you have any regrets since taking tea? No, I really thought that I would not necessarily like regret it, but I thought that it was going to be hard to have to administer my own shots. But after like the second time, I think I got used to it and I stopped psyching myself out and kind of just did it. The next question is, how has taking tea impacted the relationships in your life? Family, friends, etc. I think that's an interesting question. I don't think that, I won't say that it has affected my relationships. I think that my family has made it clear that they don't really want me on tea. Some of my family has said that they don't really want me on tea because they still haven't necessarily come to terms with my transition, and they also think that it could have negative impacts. And yeah, you know, I think that a lot of people though have been very supportive since I started tea, and people just have some questions and just like want to know more about like what it is and what it does. Another question said, does the injection pain ever get better? My leg still hurts and it's day 2. Yeah, it gets better. I think that when I first did my shot, I was really sore. My doctor said that it could be because I was sticking the needle too deep, or it's literally just a needle going into your skin and that's painful. I've noticed that a lot of times when I do my shot that it is usually painful after a couple of days. Well, it's not painful, but it's like sore for maybe like a day or so after. The next question is, what changes have you most been excited about, and what changes are you looking forward to? I think one of the biggest changes that I was looking forward to was definitely my voice dropping. I think that it's still got a long way to go, but I can talk to people and they're like, oh my goodness, your voice is so different. And I might not necessarily notice it, but I think that it's interesting that like it really is dropping. And I think the change that I'm looking forward to the most is definitely facial hair. It's taking its time. Has tea had a major impact on your feelings / emotions? If so, how? The answer is yes. It does have some impact, but it doesn't have a major impact. I think that when I first started tea, or about 2 months on tea, a lot of people that I was watching was saying like they couldn't cry and they were having a hard time like expressing their emotions. And 2 months in, I didn't have that experience, so I couldn't relate to that. But now I understand completely, because there are times when I want to be emotional and I want to cry and I want to show like some kind of emotion and I just can't. How is the pain from the first time compared to today? So the pain is a lot different. I think the pain for the first time, I was just like, oh my goodness, like, why am I bleeding? Why does it hurt? Why do I have to stick myself every week? But now I kind of get excited for my tea shot, and it kind of is like, oh my goodness, like I'm getting closer and closer to, I don't like, it's not like a specific goal that I'm trying to get to, but I think that like, I don't know, like I'm just way more excited than when I was first doing it. I think I kind of scared myself out of a lot of it. And I was like, oh, no, I don't know if I really want to do my shot today, because I'm scared that it's going to hurt and da-da-da-da. Okay. So just like every video, I'm going to end off with my song of the week. And my song of the week this week is It's Okay by Chandler Moore. And it's on the Feelings album that he released, I want to say in 2020. Yeah, and I stumbled upon this like last week, and I think that it is a great way of communicating like how you feel, and just sending a message to folks that like it's okay not to be okay. And I think there's another song by her, like I'm Not Okay, and I think that it is very similar to that song, and it's just expressing that like it's okay for you to feel bad sometimes. It's okay for you to be hurt. It's okay for, like, there's a bunch of space for you to feel all of those emotions. And I appreciate artists that can express that and show themselves as just like human, because I think that sometimes it's like humans, or like just regular adults, when we see celebrities, we're like, oh, they have it all together, they don't have anything to worry about. And then like they release these songs, they write these poems, they do all these things, and they're just showing us like we feel the same way. Like we have bad days, we wake up and we're just like, I don't know if I want to do this today. And I think that I appreciate that a lot, as a listener and as somebody that's gonna pay for your music. So yeah, I hope you all check that out. Please let me know in the comments what your song of the week is, and any questions that you have about my tea shot or my journey in general. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel, and follow me on Instagram at whoisKhalikAlexander. Follow me on Twitter at whoisKhalikAlex1, and follow me on Snapchat, or add me on Snapchat at Khalik Alexander. Thanks so much for watching. Y'all have a good night.